I just want to talk to you about. So my daughter is 9 years old, and I started making. I have a 9 and 11-year old still at home. My baby's a girl, and my son's 11. One of the things that I started them doing is reading 3 hours every day, and there's a lot of reasons around this. One thing is that my mom made us read when we were kids. We didn't play outside when the other kids were playing outside. We were reading, and it made me so much better because of it. I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. But I also realized that it is important that kids read. It makes them more competitive. It makes them better when they get older, as far as talking to people, writing things out, whether it's a proposal, whatever it is, it just makes them better. There's no harm with kids reading, especially good material, right? And so the goal was every single day they read 3 hours. And so my 9 year old, she struggled. My son, he's a champ. He'll read. But she struggled, and I found that when I started reading 3 hours straight, I was having a problem too. And so what I found is that we're all different readers, right? And so maybe you read for 20 minutes and you take a break. And so what I found is that I didn't read 3 hours straight. So I read a lot most days, 6 to 7 hours every single day, most days. But I found that I struggled sitting still for 3 hours. So maybe every hour I would find myself getting up to go drink some water, or getting up to go to the bathroom, or getting up to put a load of clothes in the washer. Something. I was doing something to break it up. I wasn't able to read 3 hours straight. And so I found for her that, and I started watching videos on reading as well, because I wanted to figure out what was happening. Why couldn't she read, for the whole time? And so, some of us have to start small. We have to read 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Then we take a break and we come back. We read 5 or 10 minutes. Then we take until we can build up the muscle, until we can grow, until we can, read 30 minutes without a break, till we can read for an hour without a break. And it's okay if you got to take a break. You got to take a break. And the important thing is to read, right? And so we've been just working on it, just kind of just testing and tweaking to see what works. But if you are having trouble reading for long periods of time, just cut yourself some slack. Just start with a few minutes, because I get people tell me all the time, okay, what are you reading? And the second question I get is, I can't read every single day like that. I can't read for an hour. I can't read for an hour and a half. But the truth is, you can. You just got to build a muscle. If you haven't been reading, you just start small. You start 10 minutes. You start reading 10 minutes every single day, then 20 minutes. And then you'll find that you will read more and more, and that you will enjoy it. And that it's just a muscle, right? You just got to take the time to build up the muscle to read. And to read something that you want to read until you're able to read things that, until you're able to read things that you need to read, as well as things that you love. So everything that I read, I don't love. Everything that I read, some things are boring, right? And I take those things very slow. Something that is boring to me, like history, for me, some of the stuff I read about history is boring to me, about wars, history. I have trouble. I can probably read 4 pages and then I'm over it. I got to go read something else. And I think that's okay. You can read something that's boring. You can start small, 2 pages, 4 pages, and then go read something else, then come back. And that's what I've done for things that are not really interesting to me. So just think about that today. Cut yourself some slack. Start small. If you got to read 5 minutes, read 5 minutes. If you got to read 10 minutes, if you got to read 2 pages, read 2 pages, until you can build up and read more. But reading is important for all of us, as things are so competitive. All these different things are happening around the world, and we need to be reading so we can be better equipped to know what to do, how to do it. We can change, pivot our industries if we need to. And so we just need to read more. And so if that's of interest to you, if you don't want to read, cool. But if you are struggling and you want to try to read more, you can. Just know that you just start small, and then you just build up from there. And anybody can do it, right? Anybody can do it.